Welcome to Amplify Science. This video will walk you through the basics of how to teach with the teacher-only digital experience of the curriculum. When you are on the lesson brief, the Teach button is how you launch the lesson slides. The first tab that opens when you click Teach is your Teacher's Guide tab. In the Teacher's Guide tab, you'll see an image of the lesson slides, your teacher notes, and along the bottom, thumbnail images of all of the slides in the lesson. You'll also see a button labeled Start Class at the bottom. Starting class launches an extra tab called the Presentation tab, so that you can project the slides without showing all of your teacher information. At this point, you'll have three tabs open: the Amplify curriculum, where the lesson brief is located, the Teacher's Guide tab, which has your step-by-step instructions and other notes, and the Presentation tab, which is what you are projecting to students. The Teacher's Guide tab and the Presentation tab talk to one another. You can advance slides directly in the Presentation tab by hovering over the purple bar at the bottom of the screen and clicking the purple right arrow. You can also select a slide to present from the thumbnails, and it will switch to that slide. This will update the slide on the Teacher Guide tab. The slide that is being shown in the Presentation tab will always have a purple border around it in the Teacher Guide tab. You can also advance to the next slide from within your Teacher Guide tab by clicking the purple arrow in the bottom right corner. You don't have to move sequentially. You can always go back or jump ahead a slide if needed. You can scroll through the slides and skip the presentation to any slide in the deck. To do that, select the desired slide within the tray at the bottom of the screen, then hit Present. If you want to preview upcoming slides or refer back to previous ones without changing what you're presenting, you just need to make sure to not click Present. In this way, you can preview slides without changing what is presented. The first slide of the lesson will always contain valuable information about the lesson, as well as links to any additional resources related to the lesson, such as possible responses, and the lesson's notebook pages. The next slide will be a divider slide, indicating that the slides that follow it belong to the first activity of the lesson. There will always be a divider slide like this one between activities, so that it is easy for you to see where and how the lesson is broken up. If there are any teacher support notes associated with an activity, they will be linked within the notes portion of the divider slide. When present, teacher support notes contain pedagogical insights into the activity, such as rationale, science notes, suggestions for going further, and more. As we move forward in the lesson, you can see that this Teacher Guide tab always has the slide and teacher notes in it. Sometimes the slides will be interactive, like this one that features a digital book. Digital versions of the unit's student books are embedded within the slides. These books have read aloud functionality and allow you to turn the page. You'll see these appear at point of use, wherever students are expected to read or reference a book. You'll also see simulations and science practice tools embedded in the slides when necessary. To model their use for students, you can interact with the sims and science practice tools within the Presentation tab. When audio or video clips are called for, it works similarly. They'll be embedded in the slides, and you'll use your Presentation tab to interact with it, playing and pausing as needed. Notebook pages, which are the same pages from the print student investigation notebook, are accessible for you digitally. If you'd like to model filling out the notebook page for your students, you can do so using the Presentation tab. In the lower right hand of the Teacher's Guide tab, you'll see a circular 3 dots menu. When you click that 3-dot menu, you'll see an alternate way to get to the Google Slides, to edit and republish back into Amplify if you'd like. For access to the digital books and/or any simulations or science practice tools that may be associated with your units, students will log in to the Student Apps page. To complete pages of the investigation notebook, students will use the physical notebook or the fillable PDF files of the notebook. Note that in either of these cases, students' work is not submittable to you digitally within Amplify. To learn more about how to navigate with the teacher-only digital experience, check out the next video in this series. If you have questions or need help, you can always click the orange chat button to talk to a member of our support team.